Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar on 941 Quarter 1 2024 Form 941 Filing Tips. My name is Tiffany and we are here at TaxBandits and we are excited to help you stay informed and IRS compliant. If you have questions during the presentation, please add them to the chat. If you are unable to see the webinar in full screen, please try clicking the square in the upper right of the webinar to enlarge the view. As a reminder, TaxBandits is an IRS authorized e-file provider. While we love to talk about taxes and have years and years of experience, we are not tax advisors. If you need assistance with preparing returns or any other specific questions, please consult a certified tax preparer or the IRS.
Hello, thanks for joining today's webinar. You can enlarge your screen for the optimal viewing experience using these buttons. You can also click the arrow here to view the hidden menu. The section at the very bottom will twirl out a menu that allows you to ask questions for the host to answer. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this webinar.
What's on our agenda? Here's a quick overview of what we'll be discussing today. What is Form 941? Updates to Form 941 for Quarter 1 of 2024, information needed to file Form 941, the importance of security when filing a 941 form, TaxBandits security features, information we will never ask for, identity verification and two-factor authentication, some time-saving features from TaxBandits, such as the e-signature options and staff management tools. What is a Form 941? The Form 941 is an IRS payroll form that is a filing requirement for the majority of employers. If you pay wages to employees and withhold Social Security, Medicare, and income taxes from their paychecks, you are likely required to file. This is a quarterly form with 4 deadlines. The first quarter, April 30th of 2024, which is coming up. Second quarter, July 31st of 2024. Third quarter, October 31st of 2024. And fourth quarter, January 1st of 2025. Information that is needed to file a Form 941. You'll need the following information available to begin the filing process: your basic business information, the number of employees, total wages paid during the quarter, your business's deposit schedule with the IRS, the total amount of taxes. This will include any Medicare, Social Security, and income taxes that you withheld from wages, as well as your business's tax liability from this quarter. This is going to be different than your deposits. Form 941 updates for the first quarter of 2024. Continue. The Social Security and Medicare tax limits have been updated. So the Social Security tax rate for each employer is 6.2%, and the Social Security wage base limit is now $168,600. Social Security and Medicare taxes now apply to household workers who are paid $2,700 or more in 2024. Social Security and Medicare taxes now apply to election workers who receive $2,300 or more in cash or an equivalent type of compensation in 2024. Form 941 updates for Quarter 1 of 2024. The most notable change to the 941 is the removal of the COVID-19 related tax credits for qualified sick and family leave wages. This can no longer be claimed on the Form 941. Form 941 SS and Form 941 PR have been discontinued for 2024 and beyond. Instead, employers in the U.S. territories will either use Form 941 to report their tax withholding, or if they prefer a form in Spanish, they can file using the new Form 941 SP. There have been several changes to specific lines on the form. These updates to the specific lines include several lines being eliminated specifically related to the information on the COVID-19 credits. Here's a brief overview. In Part 1, the lines 11A all the way through 11G have been removed. Also in Part 1, lines 13A through 13I have also been removed. In Part 3, lines 19 through 28 have been removed. The importance of security when filing in Form 941 forms. Tax fraud and scams are a reality, and there have recently been many schemes attached to employee retention credit claims. The IRS is combating ERC fraud and has spent around $1 billion in its efforts to combat this. As an IRS authorized e-file provider, we work in accordance with the IRS to combat fraud and turn over info or report suspicious activity as required. Scammers often pose as legitimate companies to gain taxpayers' trust and collect information that can be used for fraud. Stay vigilant about who can access your tax information and avoid any suspicious emails you receive. Information that TaxBandits is never going to ask for. Our team is diligent in our security measures, and therefore we will never ask you for the following information in an email or over the phone: your social security number, your bank information, your credit or debit card information. We will also never ask about the status of your ERC claims or refunds. We never advise you on any ERC claims or share any ERC related promotions. We don't ever advise on the ERC or process those claims. Any company that offers this is not actually TaxBandits. If you receive a suspicious call or an email from someone claiming to be TaxBandits, you want to get the name and return phone number from the person who called or contacted you. You can then give us a call at 704-684-4751 and ask us if the person you just spoke to is actually a representative with TaxBandits. Now let's talk about the unique security features TaxBandits uses to help secure your filing process. Identity verification. TaxBandits has partnered with a third party to implement an identity verification process that further safeguards the filing process and prevents potential fraudulent filings. This one-time process that can be completed in just a few minutes with your smartphone. Just follow the prompts, take your photo, and then once you're accepted, you can continue. This feature provides an additional layer of security and protects you from identity theft. We also have two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication can be set up in just a few minutes and adds an additional layer of security to your account. You can enable two-factor authentication from the settings in your TaxBandits account. Once you've enabled it, you just install a two-factor authentication app on your mobile device. We usually recommend Google Authenticator, Authy by Twilio, Microsoft Authenticator, LastPass by GoTo, or 2FA Authenticator. You'll then verify your phone number. You can also change your phone number here if you need to. And then once you get the verified number, you'll scan the QR code, and then you'll get the code from your two-factor authenticator software from your phone and input it into our system, and then your two-factor authentication will be set up. If you lose your phone, you can contact the support team here at TaxBandits, and we will tell you how we can remove the two-factor authentication so that you'll be able to get into your account. We will ask a series of questions to verify that you are you, and once we are sure that you are who you say you are, we will turn it off so you can log in and change that phone number. The 941 e-signature options. If your business has an online signature pin from the IRS, you can use that when you're filing your Form 941. You can also e-sign using Form 8453 EMP. If you are a CPA, PEO, CPEO, 3504, a reporting agent, or ERO, you are able to send your clients a Form 8453 EMP or 8879 EMP electronically to collect their e-signatures. Staff management from TaxBandits. You can invite your staff members to assist in completing and transmitting forms for the businesses in your account. Assign them the following roles. Co-admin, all of the permissions of an admin can't assign other co-admins. A preparer, create and edit the forms for their assigned businesses and add new businesses. The approver, they can create, edit, and approve forms, add new businesses, and they can add and share new credit cards. The transmitter can pay and transmit approved forms for their assigned businesses, grant online access, and place postal mailing orders. Now I'll show you how that works in TaxBandits. First, you'll create your account, add your clients, add your staff members, assign your businesses, and then file your forms. So we're going to sign into your account. Once you've signed into your account, click the grid menu in the upper right corner and click Manage Staff. This is where you're going to add your staff members. You just click either manual or bulk entry, add in your staff name and the email address, and select an office location if you desire, then click Add an Invite. For today's purposes, we already have Jane Doe, Jane Smith, and John Doe in the account, and we're going to assign John Doe the business. Now all of our staff members have been assigned the business. Now we want to set the roles. We have no role, 2 roles, or 3 roles. For today, I'm going to select 3 roles. That'll include the preparer, the approver, and the transmitter. Now, under roles assigned, you will select the pencil. So Jane Doe is going to be a return preparer, and we're going to save that. Jane Smith is going to be an approver, and John Doe is going to be a transmitter. Now, we'll start by going to Jane Doe's account and starting a form. From here, you're going to select Start New Form, and you're going to select Form 941. You're going to select your business from your address book and hit Save and Continue. Then you're going to click the current quarter and click Start Filing. You want to select that you confirm and put in the business name. Now is when you'll put in your information. If you've made deposits, you definitely want to put it in line 13. For today, we are not going to do that. Select the type of depositor you are. And if you need any other parts of this filled out, you fill those out and hit Save and Continue. You're going to choose your payment method. For today, we're going to choose check or money order. And we're going to accept that we acknowledge that that's our choice. And we're going to view our summary and then continue. We see that there are no errors found in our tax return, so we're going to click continue. We're going to send our 8453 to our taxpayer. And send. Or now that our employee has signed the 8453, we just refresh and it'll show automatically in the form. Then you, as the preparer, want to click to sign. It's going to look exactly like it did for your client. And you adopt and sign, and you can click next. This is the next step, and then you notify your approver. Once your approver has been notified, we're just waiting on approval. Let's go sign into the approver's account and show you from that point of view. So once your approver has logged in, they can go to the 94X tab and click Returns by Employer, and they'll be able to see and approve the form. So they just click Continue where you left off, and then they click Approve and notify the transmitter once they've checked over the form. Now you can see that it's been notified to the transmitter, and now your transmitter will log in. Once your transmitter is logged in, they just click the 94X tab at the top and then go to Ready to E-File. They'll be able to see the form that your approver and your preparer have done up to this point. All they have to do is click E-File Selected Forms. They just verify that that is correct, hit Continue. And then they will hit complete filing. They do have to acknowledge that if your card is stolen or a chargeback occurs after the transaction, we will inform you that this could result in voided forms. We are also required to share your account details, location, and credit card information with the IRS. Agree and proceed. You'll put in your card information and then hit Pay and Transmit. And now you have successfully filed using all three of the roles that you've selected for your staff members. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, here's one. Can all accounts have staff roles assigned? So not all account types can have staff roles assigned. All accounts can have staff members, but only tax preparer accounts can assign staff roles. This is specifically designed for larger firms or CPA groups that have multiple people filing for multiple businesses at the same time. Here's a good question. As a CPA, can I use my client's online signature PIN to sign their forms for them? Short answer is no. Online signature pins can only be used by the person that applied for it. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, folks, that is all the time we have for today. But if you submitted a question and we didn't get to it, we appreciate you taking the time to ask, and a member of our Tax Bandits team will email you after the webinar. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us by phone at 704-684-4751. You can get us by email at support@taxbandits.com or online chat. You'll see the little bubble on our website. If you don't already have a TaxBandits account, head on over to the taxbandits.com and create one now.